Ladies and gentlemen, strap in, because what just went down in Brighton, it wasn't politics as usual, it was a political earthquake, and it's shaken the foundations of Labour's carefully crafted image. Just days after stepping into government, Labour's cracks are already showing, and now, in a stunning act of defiance, Unite Britain's biggest and most powerful trade union has turned on one of their own. Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, it didn't just get heated, it erupted. At Unite's annual policy conference, 800 delegates, strong, what was supposed to be a standard discussion, turned into an all-out reckoning. An emergency motion was passed, and just like that, Rayner found herself suspended by the very union that once backed her rise. The reason? A bitter, ongoing dispute with Birmingham City Council, a Labour-run authority accused of turning its back on striking bin workers. Workers who say their pay is being slashed by as much as £8,000 a year, all thanks to brutal fire and rehire, tactics that sound more like something out of a corporate playbook than a Labour council. Imagine this: rubbish piling up in the streets, tempers boiling, and men who've worked decades collecting our waste, the invisible backbone of our communities, now being threatened with the sack, unless they accept worse pay, worse hours, and worse conditions. And overseeing all of this, Angela Rayner. She toured the depots back in April. She saw the polls, she met the workers, and still she backed the council. Still she pushed for a deal that would gut wages. And according to Unite, she didn't just stay silent. She helped smear those workers trying to stand up for themselves. Sharon Graham, Unite's fierce General Secretary, didn't hold back. Her words were sharp, cutting through the noise. Angela Rayner had every opportunity to step in. Instead, she chose to back a rogue council and turned her back on the very people Labour is supposed to represent. Ouch! And this wasn't a narrow vote. This was overwhelming. A landslide. The entire committee demanded not just her suspension, but a full investigation into whether she's brought the union into disrepute. Now here's where it gets messy. Rayner claims she actually quit Unite back in April, brushing the whole thing off as a silly stunt. But Unite's membership records say otherwise. She was still listed as a member in May, and just last year, she accepted £10,000 from Unite to fund her election campaign. So which is it? Because from the outside, it looks like she took the union's support when it suited her and walked away when the pressure hit. It's a move that has many wondering, has Labour's so-called working class hero forgotten her roots? This scandal isn't just about bin strikes, it's about trust, about betrayal, about a party that promised to be different, but is now being accused of playing the same old games. And Starmer's team, they're scrambling, but it might be too late, because people remember that Birmingham Council under Labour declared bankruptcy in 2023, hundreds of millions lost to equal pay failures, and now, to save face, they're making cuts in male-dominated sectors, like waste services, and calling it equality. But for many, it just looks like austerity dressed up in new language, but with the same bitter taste. And when the spotlight turned to Angela Rayner, she flinched. A woman who's made her name talking about workers' rights. But when it came time to stand with striking workers in her own party's council, she chose the bosses. Now the question is echoing from Brighton to Birmingham. Whose side is Labour really on? And here's the bigger picture. This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a growing frustration with Labour's elite image, with broken promises on Brexit, with a net zero agenda that's threatening jobs in key industries. It's all coming to a head. And for many, it feels like the people at the top have stopped listening to those on the ground. So, is this the moment Labour's house of cards begins to tumble? And if it is, who rises from the rubble? We're just getting started. Welcome to British Stream, your home for truth they won't show you on the BBC. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because the fight for Britain's future, it's only just begun.